name is Mitsuno Bauermeister, and I'm a human resources professional. I'm not an attorney, so I'm not here to give legal advice, but I do have 20 years of human resources experience, and one area I'd like to share with you concerns the manager's role in conducting job interviews. Interviewing candidates is one of the more difficult jobs for managers. Often they receive little or no training on how to ask the right questions to keep them out of hot water. Mr. Dietrich, your resume is very impressive, but here at Yagube, we have a very youthful culture, and we're looking for individuals with cutting-edge ideas.
Well, I've worked on several creative projects.
Many of our employees are fresh out of college and are up to date on the newest technologies. This line of questioning could be an indication of age discrimination. The Age Discrimination in Employment Act protects individuals over the age of 40 from losing out on jobs just because of their age. Phrases like youthful culture or fresh out of college can be considered evidence of age discrimination. So if cutting-edge ideas and knowledge of new technologies are what you're looking for, approach the interview like this instead. Mr. Dietrich, tell me about a recent project you worked on where you used cutting-edge ideas or new technologies.
Sure. 6 months ago, I led a marketing campaign using Twitter to reach our target market of 18 to 25-year-olds, and it was very successful.
Linda, this position requires quite a bit of overtime. So tell me, are you married? Do you have any kids?
No, I do not have kids and I am not married.
Asking questions about a person's marital status or whether they have kids is a potential violation of Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, specifically gender discrimination. In some states, marital status and pregnancy are also protected against discrimination. If you need an employee who can work overtime or travel as part of their job, then stick to questions about those job requirements, like this. Linda, this job requires at least 8 hours of overtime per week. Are you able and willing to work overtime hours as necessary?
Absolutely, that's not a problem.
There are other questions to avoid as well. Asking, do you drive a car? Or, do you have any disabilities? Can be a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Instead, ask job-related questions like, do you have a valid driver's license? If you're hiring for a messenger job, for instance. Or, are you able to perform the essential functions of this job? How about asking, what is your religion? Or, what religious holidays do you observe? By now, you should recognize that this is not an appropriate line of questioning. If you're concerned about a person being available to work holidays and weekends, avoid religious discrimination by simply asking, are you available to work on holidays and weekends? That's a legitimate question that focuses on the business needs, not on the person's religion. These are just a few examples of how managers should structure job interview questions to avoid violating the civil rights of job candidates. The key is to keep the questions focused on the job qualifications, not the personal characteristics of the candidates being interviewed.